All right, in this video, I'm going to show you how to rig a drop shot. I've drawn out a hook here, and what you're going to do, the idea is to run your line through here, hook pointing up. This goes to the rod, okay? And then what you're going to do is you're going to run it, and then you're going to come right back up through here, and you're going to make a tag. All right, I'm going to actually demonstrate this for you. So I'm going to grab this rigging hook here. I'm going to point it, have it up like that. See that? And then I'm going to put it through the hole, come up, and then I'm going to come right back down through it. There we go. Run that right down. So I've got about 6 inches. I would run it down, come back up through, and I'm going to have a little bit of a loop down here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this with my 2 fingers here and then make another loop. And then with that loop, I'm going to come through with the hook like so. Now, before I cinch it down, I'm going to make sure I wet it. Now, I don't care if I'm putting it in my mouth for saliva or I'm just going to put it in some water here. This is the biggest mistake that people make, is when they start tying a knot of any kind, the friction makes the line break a lot easier, and when you got a big fish on, every bit helps. So now I've got a tag end here. I'm going to run this right back through. Pull that a little tight. Right back through here. All right, and now I've got a hook. This right here where my finger is at the top is on the way to the rod. And then I am going to put a worm on. This one is a little 4.5 inch curly tail that I use. I'm going to take this, I'm kind of going to squeeze it, and then I'm going to, right at the tip here, run that hook in about 1/4 inch, going to come up. I'm going to kind of start twisting it so it goes on the head, like such. This line that I'm using has a lot of memory on it because I'm using 15-pound. I usually fish drop shots like this for 6 to 8 pound, maybe up to 10. And then I'm going to come up, kind of, see like that? And I'm just going to kind of tuck that point in if I'm fishing a lot of structure. But if you got the sure thing, like I always use, like I say, in the other videos, you'll see that I just use a regular mosquito hook on that. So that's it right there. Now that worm is going to float. Now, because it's 4.5 inches, I'm going to kind of mark it over here to about there. I'm going to snip it at about 4.5 inches, like so. And then I'm going to add my little tungsten weight. Again, I use this for tournaments. And there I go. There you got the drop shot rig. Would I practice? Absolutely. I used to practice this so much until I got it right. So as you can see, I came through, I took this loop here, right there, this loop, tied it around like this, and then took it through my fingers, tied it like this, and then ran that through the hook. All right. I hope that helps with trying to set up a drop shot rig. Again, here's the key, and the most success that I've had is I keep the weight to the tip of the bait, the length of the bait. So if it's 4.5 inches, 4.5 inches. If it's 6 inches, it's 6 inches down. This one has a lead weight. All right. Some of the most effective fishing. These fish just can't resist it. And again, I'm not trying to move the bait. I'm moving the line. And if I start moving that line, you can see that little hook shaking. And in the water, because these baits float, these worms float, you got that action, and it just sits there. It doesn't move around and pop around. It just sits there. And they can't stand it. They just come up from behind and you just lift up and you got yourself a big fish. All right, I hope that helps. Remember, you're always just one cast away.